We are here with Coach Felix Curry of the Northside Grizzlies. First year to be the head coach here. You've been a head coach before. You've been here a while. You were defense coordinator. So maybe minor little bitty things to transition. How's it going?
It's going well. Fortunately for us, Coach Falua left the program in great shape. Um, he inherited a frame of a car, and he handed us the keys to a Cadillac. And so it's been, as far as that part of it, it's been easy. He had a lot of things that was in place that we hadn't changed, and we just kind of tweaking a few things here and there schematically. But as far as the program, we're doing what he did.
Of course, you guys went 7-5 last year. Went into the second round of the playoffs. Finished 3-4 in the conference. An offense scored 380 points. But gosh, your running back, two of the greatest running backs, that's come through this area. Just an unbelievable combination. Quarterback was a senior. In fact, your leading returning running back is Brian Tassley, who had 18 carries for 82 yards last year.
Right.
So obviously, has that been a focal point of the offseason, is kind of finding some guys on your offense?
Well, definitely. When you lose Todd Massey, Sunquist Church, and Walker Cat Savage, that was the bulk of our offense, and so we're trying to, I guess, bring some guys in. And you mentioned Brian Haswell. He'll be a guy to carry some of the load, and then thankfully for us, we have Damari Smith, who's back, and Takavion King, and some of those guys in the perimeter that we'll try to use a little bit more.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you do have some guys, some really good guys to turn to, and you mentioned two of them. Who's a couple more, maybe?
You gotta know Ezra Phillips. He's an upcoming junior, and then Cam Massey, who's an upcoming sophomore. McLean Moody, who's in a quarterback battle right now with Demarion Savoy. He's another young guy that brings a lot. So we got a couple pieces to the puzzle, but it remains to be seen how well we'll be.
Well, and you mentioned your quarterbacks. Is that kind of been a battle? Do you see that going through August and maybe even non-conference, or do you hope to have it worked out soon?
You know, we're giving that to the quarterback coach, Coach Shad Frazier. Both of those kids are McLean Moody and Demarion Savoy. They're working hard, and we see some strengths in both of them. And we're just going to kind of decide. Hopefully here in the next couple weeks or so, we'll know who our starter is.
Now, you do have some guys back on the offensive line. In fact, really three starters and then a fourth one that started some.
Yeah.
So you got to feel good about that
Yeah,
group.
we have Adrian Falcon out center. We have Eric Barrientos, Jamani Benton, who are three seniors that were the core of our offensive line last year. Then we have Mason Medlock, who's an upcoming junior. So we have four kids that we feel real confident in. And then we have some younger kids that's coming through to, kind of fill that fifth spot. And but I would say the offensive line is really the core, the strength of our team.
Of course, in the 7A Central, man, you've got Bryant, Conway, Cabot, North Little Rock. Such good offensive teams. Who are some guys on defense? Because you got to slow those guys down.
Yes,
Who are some guys on defense that's going to stand out for the Grizzlies?
Of course, you got to like R.J. Lester playing corner. We got Kyle Perkins that's playing safety. We have some young D line that played a little bit last year that we think are pretty special. But just kind of we're blue collar defensively. We don't have a ton of names outside of those two guys that I mentioned, but we have some blue collar kids that are tough kids, and they know they're playing a tough conference, and so we'll see how that goes.
Because you've been the defense coordinator,
Yeah.
so you know what your guys are going up against
That's right,
every
that's
night,
right,
and
that's
it's
right.
boy, and that is a good conference.
It is, man. Great players, great coaches. It's a great conference, tough conference.
What have you set expectations for these seniors? How's your numbers?
We have probably about 80, 10th through 12th. We got about 60 ninth graders. So we have decent numbers. We're not busting out of the scenes, but we have good numbers. But, as far as an expectation, there's so many factors with winning and losing. We just tell the kids, you come out here, we're going to prep hard, and we're gonna try to be at our best, and you know, we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Okay. Coach, I wish you and the Grizzlies success this year. This is Coach Felix Curry of the Northside Grizzlies.